All right, my literary soulmates, my page-turning pilgrims, my comrades and comfortries, it's your boy again, coming at you with a heart full to bursting from the cozy, slightly chaotic haven that is the novel Nest. And folks, I have just revisited an old friend, a literary embrace, a book that feels like a warm blanket and a cup of hot cocoa on a rainy day, but one that also packs a surprising punch of wisdom and wit. We are talking, of course, about the timeless, the beloved, the utterly essential Little Women, or Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy by the incredible Louisa May Alcott. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Little Women? Isn't that a children's book? Isn't it all domestic and sweet? And yes, it is sweet in the most genuine, heartwarming way possible, but to dismiss it as just a children's book is like saying the Grand Canyon is just a big ditch. This novel, my friends, is a sprawling, insightful, deeply human exploration of family, ambition, love, loss, and what it truly means to grow up and find your place in the world. It's got layers, it's got heart, and it's got some of the most iconic and beloved characters in all of literature. I just finished rereading it, and I'm feeling all the feels. The warm fuzzies, the gut punches, the quiet moments of understanding. It's a journey, and I'm so stoked to take you along. Okay, let's step back in time. Picture it. Civil War era New England. A cozy, slightly shabby, but utterly love-filled home. Father is away at the war, serving as a chaplain and holding down the fort. Marmee, the patient, wise, and endlessly loving matriarch, and her four little women, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy, march. Life isn't easy. They're poor, as Amy often laments, but they're rich in spirit, in imagination, in their fierce love for one another. Their home, Orchard House, or its fictional counterpart, isn't just a house, it's a character in itself. It's filled with the sounds of Jo scribbling away at her stories, Beth softly playing the old piano, Meg trying to be the responsible one, and Amy, well, Amy being Amy, often getting into artistic or social scrapes. There are amateur theatricals in the attic, cozy evenings around the fire, the smell of baking gingerbread, the trials of making ends meet, and the constant undercurrent of worry for their absent father and the world outside. Alcott doesn't just tell you about their lives. She invites you in, pulls up a chair by the fire, and makes you feel like part of the March family. And these sisters, they are the vibrant, beating heart of this novel, and you will find a piece of yourself in at least one of them, I guarantee it. Meg March, the eldest, the beauty. Her core motivation is a desire for a comfortable, loving home and family, a traditional life. She grapples with societal expectations, the desire for pretty things, and the reality of making a home on a modest income. Her flaw? Perhaps a touch of vanity early on, a tendency to be swayed by social pressures, but her heart is so good. She made me feel a sense of gentle understanding. Her journey is about finding contentment and love in the everyday, realizing that true richness isn't about material wealth. She's the anchor, in a way. Jo March, icon, legend, the moment. My girl Jo, the fiery, tomboyish, aspiring writer, her core motivation is her fierce independence, her ambition to make her own way in the world through her writing, and her deep, sometimes overwhelming love for her family. Her fatal flaw? Her temper, her bluntness, her initial resistance to change, and the idea of her sisters growing up and leaving. Jo made me want to cheer, to scribble furiously alongside her, to tell her it's okay to be different. Her arc is one of the most compelling, learning to temper her wildness without losing her spirit, navigating love and ambition, and ultimately finding her own unique path to fulfillment. Every writer, every unconventional soul sees themselves in Beth March. Oh, sweet, gentle Beth, the quiet one, the musical one, the homebody. Her core motivation is love, pure and simple. Love for her family, for her music, for kindness. Her flaw, if you can even call it that, is her extreme shyness and fragility. Beth just breaks your heart. She is the embodiment of quiet goodness, of selfless love. Her presence is like a soft, warm light in the March household. Her storyline, as we all know, is one of the most emotionally resonant and frankly devastating parts of the book. She made me want to protect her from the world. Amy March, the youngest, the artist, the one with a keen sense of style and a sometimes painful awareness of their genteel poverty. Her core motivation is a desire for beauty, for social standing, and ultimately for self-improvement and artistic achievement. Her fatal flaw? Vanity, a touch of selfishness, and that infamous lime burning incident. Amy can be frustrating, especially early on. She's the one you want to shake sometimes, but her transformation is actually incredible. She grows from a spoiled child into a poised, thoughtful, and surprisingly pragmatic young woman who works hard for what she wants. Her journey is about learning to temper her desires with discipline and understanding true worth. And Marmee, the patient, wise, guiding force. She's not perfect. She admits her own struggles with temper, but her love and wisdom are the bedrock of the family. And Theodore Lawrence, the charming, rich, and often mischievous boy next door who becomes like another brother or more to the March girls. His relationship with Jo is one of the great will they/won't theys of literature. Little Women isn't a plot-driven thriller. It's a chronicle of life, of growing up. The conflicts are often internal or familial, but they are no less gripping for it. The stakes are the happiness and well-being of these beloved characters. Moments that just gutted me or made me beam. The Christmas Without Father, where they give away their breakfast. It sets the tone for their generosity and resilience. Jo cutting her hair, an act of sacrifice and independence that still feels so powerful. Amy falling through the ice and Jo's subsequent guilt and realization of how much she loves her sister. That scene is tense. Beth's struggles with scarlet fever. Alcott does not shy away from the harsh realities of illness and loss in the 19th century. Prepare your tissues. Meg's marriage and her struggles as a young wife and mother, so relatable even today. Jo's literary journey, her early sensational stories, her frustrations, her eventual finding of her true voice. It's a love letter to aspiring writers. The proposals, the heartbreaks, the unexpected pairings, no spoilers, but if you know, you know, the debates that still rage about Jo's romantic choices. The beauty of the plot is in its episodic nature, mirroring the way life unfolds, a series of small joys, sorrows, lessons, and triumphs that collectively shape who these women become. Why does Little Women hold such a sacred place on my bookshelf and in my heart? Alcott's warm, inviting prose. Shinobi was just like a warm hug, straightforward, unpretentious, but filled with such genuine emotion and keen observation. She makes you feel like you're right there in the room with the March family. She has this incredible ability to capture these small, everyday moments and infuse them with meaning. The character development is masterful. These aren't static figures. They grow, they change, they make mistakes, they learn. Watching Jo mature from a rebellious girl into a thoughtful woman, or Amy shed her childish vanity, is incredibly satisfying. Even minor characters feel distinct and real. The realism of family life. This is not an idealized portrait. The March sisters bicker, they get jealous, they have misunderstandings, but underpinning it all is this deep, abiding love and loyalty. Alcott captures the beautiful messiness of family perfectly. The exploration of female ambition and independence for its time. Especially through Jo, Alcott champions the idea that women can have dreams and aspirations beyond marriage and domesticity. Jo's desire to be a writer, to be independent, was revolutionary for its time and still resonates powerfully. The moral core without being preachy. Yes, there are lessons about virtue, self-improvement, and duty, but they feel organic to the characters' experiences rather than tacked on. Marmee's gentle guidance, the girls' struggles with their bosom enemies, their personal faults. It's all handled with a lightness and humanity that makes it palatable and impactful. It's a comfort read that doesn't shy away from pain. It can be incredibly comforting and nostalgic, but Alcott also deals with poverty, illness, war, grief, and disappointment. That blend of warmth and realism is what gives the book its enduring power. It feels true. This isn't just a charming story about four sisters. Little Women is grappling with some seriously profound themes. The importance of family and love. This is the bedrock. The love between the March sisters and their bond with Marmee is the emotional core that sees them through everything. Individual dreams versus societal expectations, particularly for women in the 19th century. Each sister navigates this in her own way, Meg embracing domesticity, Jo forging her own path, Amy seeking artistic and social fulfillment, Beth finding solace in home and music. The nature of goodness and self-improvement. The girls are constantly striving to be better, to conquer their faults. It's a very American, very New England ideal of self-cultivation, but done with empathy, sacrifice, and duty. Whether it's Jo selling her hair, Marmee working tirelessly, or father going to war, the theme of duty and making sacrifices for loved ones and for greater principles is central. Finding your place in the world. Ultimately, it's a story about 4 young women trying to figure out who they are and what kind of life they want to lead. And that journey is universal, no matter the era. The value of simple pleasures and inner richness. Despite their poverty, the Marches find joy in creativity, in learning, in each other. It's a powerful message about what truly constitutes a rich life. This book made me think about my own family, my own ambitions, the little women and men in my own life who have shaped me. It's a reminder of the enduring power of kindness, resilience, and the quiet heroism of everyday life. Finishing Little Women, again, was like coming home. It wraps you in this incredible warmth, this sense of belonging. It made me laugh. It made me cry. Don't Judge Me, Beth storyline gets me every time. And it left me with this profound feeling of gratitude for the simple, beautiful things in life. It's a book that feels both nostalgic and incredibly fresh. It stands out because it treats the lives and dreams of young women with such seriousness, respect, and profound empathy. In a literary landscape often dominated by male adventures, Little Women carved out a space for the equally epic, equally important adventures of the heart and home. It's a book that validates the small struggles and triumphs, showing how they shape us into who we become. It's just good for the soul. It's a literary hug. So, my incredible, wonderful, book-loving novel nesters. If you've never read Little Women, I am officially assigning it as your next soul-nourishing read. If you read it as a kid, I implore you, I beg of you, revisit it. As an adult, you will discover new layers, new depths, new reasons to fall in love with the March sisters all over again. This book is for anyone who has ever had a family, anyone who has ever had a dream, anyone who has ever struggled to be a better version of themselves. It's a timeless classic for a reason. It's a gift. What are your Little Women memories? Who is your absolute favorite March sister and why? It's Jo, isn't it? It's usually Jo. Did any particular scene just stick with you through the years? Let's get a cozy, heartfelt discussion going in the comments below. I want to share all the March family love with you all. All right, that's the overflowing heart of your devoted book addict here at the Novel Nest. If this trip back to Orchard House warmed your literary cockles, please, for the love of Marmee's wisdom and Jo's fiery spirit, smash that like button until it glows like a well-tended hearth. And if you haven't yet joined our family of readers, what in the name of pickled limes are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and let's share more literary journeys together. Until our next chapter, keep reading, keep loving, and remember the simple, powerful magic of a good story shared. Peace out, you wonderful little women and men.